Ho, ho, holy shit. It's Christmas. And welcome back to Grab Her by the Mic, the podcast where festive spirit meets glitter, exhaustion, and at least 3 bad decisions. It's that time of year where mums are wrapping presents at midnight, negotiating with tiny humans like diplomats in pajamas, and somehow responsible for both everyone's future and the roast potatoes. We're also chatting our 2026 goals, our vision boards, but make them a little exhausted. And yes, I am recording from New Zealand, where allegedly I am living my best life, while the rest of you negotiate your bedtime with little tantrum tossers. And at some point, I accidentally visited an abattoir, which totally refrained me from eating a Christmas lamb. So strap in, it's festive and it's feral.
Strap in or strap on?
I mean, you can strap on. I'm going to strap in. Let's begin with recap and rosé. Let's pour a glass and spill about our week.
It's recap and rosé, the part where they relive their week like it was national news.
All right. Do you want to spill about your week?
Spill about my week. Well, first of all, what are we drinking?
Rosé, obviously.
Yep.
This week I am drinking again a New Zealand rosé. It is called Toy Toy. It's from the Marlborough region and it is yum.
It's yummy. This is the first time I'm trying this one. It's very good. So this is called Risky Business. It's from Western Australia and it's really, really good. I'm currently recording from my parents' place, hence no neon light in the background. My week has been interesting. I'm going to start off on Monday where Noah woke up shitting hot lava. So he woke up shitting hot lava Monday. So I went, oh, great. Okay. And I had to get into Sydney to sort out staff Christmas gifts because they were all arriving because, you know, that's what I do, people and culture. Couldn't get in on Monday. So I went, okay, well, I'll stay home. And then James will stay home with Noah if he needs to. But Noah was fine all day Monday. So I thought, great, that's fine. Monday night, I'm going to bed because my husband goes to bed earlier than me, but I'm getting ready to go to bed and packing up my crochet, all of that sort of stuff. And Noah's on the toilet again. He's just shitting hot lava. But while he's doing that, he's vomiting through his legs onto the floor.
Like The Exorcist.
Sitting on the toilet, vomiting, just a pile of vomit on the floor.
Fine all day.
Fine all day. I thought it was the advent calendar lollies that were making him sick because he had 6 on Sunday night and then he didn't feel well. The last time he didn't feel well, it was the same sort of thing where he caught up because he hadn't had advent calendar lollies for a while. But then it went through the whole day and then that night, up all night, vomiting. But I couldn't deal with it. I can't deal with the vomit. I just wake James up. James, I need you. Like I went to try to help. And every time I go close to him, I'd be like,
Can I ask, did he eat the ham?
no, but the ham is still in my fridge.
Okay.
James went back 3 times and Kerry wasn't there. Kerry was dodging him. And I told my dad, I'll give you $30, which I'm not going to do because no. And I said, it's not worth my time.
Fair enough.
Exorcist vomiting on the toilet, like honestly.
Oh no.
So he was up all night vomiting and I just rolled over and let James deal with it. Apparently there was points in the night where it was dark and Noah's on the toilet and James is there and he goes, no, on the floor, is that vomit? No, it's diarrhea. And then Mabel was like, I'm scared. I'm like, go to bed. If you wake your brother up, you're going to be in so much trouble. So then James stayed home with him on the Tuesday and he was fine. Wednesday was Christmas Eve. Somehow I managed to have the kids with me. Couldn't get Mabel to go to daycare when Noah was going to be at home. I wasn't going to win that battle. So we baked Santa cookies, did all that kind of stuff. I was not feeling good. I was like, is this the Chinese food I had the night before? I'd been home late because I'd been getting stocking stuffers and everything on my way home. So I was home late. I was exhausted. Next day, had the kids, had to go and take them to get Santa photos done. Noah lost a tooth as well on Monday. He's got a big fucking gap in his mouth looking fabulous. I start to not feel great. And I've got to go and pick up the ham. I've got to go pick up the bread for Christmas. I've got to do all these things, drop it to my grandparents so I can take it to my parents, have the kids. James is like, oh, well, I'm working, so I'll just meet you at my parents' place because his work is by his parents' place. You can just come meet me there with the kids. I'm like, yep, that's fine. Progressively, I'm not feeling great. It's throughout the day. He finishes work early. I'm like, just go get the ham. And I'm just like, I'm just not feeling great. And he's like, all right, well, ready to go. I said, I don't think I can come. I just don't think I can come. I said, literally, I cannot be far away from a toilet for any period of time. I just cannot. And I said, I don't want to go to your parents' house. It had started. Yeah. So I didn't make it to Christmas Eve dinner at his family's house, but apparently Noah walked in there because James's family is there. He's got his parents. He's got his brother who's in town from Texas with his beautiful American wife and their beautiful baby. Got his very well put together sister, stunning country road family, all that kind of stuff. And Noah walks in and goes, Mum's not coming. She's sick. She's vomiting and has diarrhea. And I was fully tarted up. I was ready to go, but I just had to get a red towel and just put it on my white pillows, and I just curled up into bed as soon as everyone left. And then I got up once they were asleep to be Santa and wrap all the presents and do all of that. So that was pretty much my week. I'm going to call it shitmas. Shitmas. Yeah, welcome to shitmas. I wasn't great on Christmas either. Yeah, and today I haven't been great. Today is Boxing Day. I tried to push through it and drink a lot of wine yesterday. Did not work out well for me. I've not been feeling great. I'm still recovering, but that was it. So my whole week focused around shitmas.
Believe me, I know obsession, I invented it, but these two next level, it's the hyperfix.
The Hyperfix is a part of the podcast where we deep dive into what we've been focusing on that week and spiral publicly for listener entertainment. So my Hyperfix this week is very much surrounding shitmas, surrounding Christmas and gift expectations of spouses. So every damn year, my husband somehow, about a couple of days, a week or so before Christmas, goes, yeah, like we don't do gifts for each other. And I go, no, that's something that you decided. Every year, no, you decided that. Like I didn't decide that sort of thing. This year he did it again. I thought, okay, so what I'm going to do this year is I'm not going to sort out any gifts for your family. I'm not going to sort out any gifts for your parents. I will sort out the kids because that's important. I don't want to disappoint all the cousins. I'll sort the kids out and I'll sort my parents out, but I'm not even going to say anything about his parents. I'm just going to let him deal with it. So, of course, nothing happens. Nothing happens. I organize all the nieces and the nephews and the kids and our kids. I'm late on Christmas Eve doing shopping for stocking stuffers for Mabel, stocking stuffers for Noah, stocking stuffers for the dog, presents of the dog, baking Santa cookies, making sure the stockings are up, making sure the Christmas lights are up and on, making sure the elf is going home with Santa, making sure that the elf knows that Noah whispered to him 3 days ago that there was a candy cane in a particular part of the tree that the elf was to take with him when he went home with Santa because the candy cane was from Santa, to make sure the elf took that. Remembering all that project management, I normally even stuff my own stocking, and that's not a sexual thing, you know. Normally I'll buy some little face masks and socks and undies and things like that. This year I went, no, I'm going to do what a husband would do and just do the bare minimum. Like I said, every year he sort of does this semi-question, semi-statement saying, we don't do gifts for each other. We're not doing gifts this year. And by we, I mean him, because apparently my love language is democracy and his is executive decision making. But every year I get disappointed. I had no presents this year. I had one little bottle of roll-on perfume from his mother that I opened on Christmas morning, where we go over to his parents' place. The kids do their gifts at our place, their stockings, and then they do the family gifts with the cousins and everything like that, and it's very nice. So I opened the one little gift from his mum. I had nothing from him. I had nothing from Noah. I had nothing in my stocking. My stocking was a sad sock of nothing. After literally shitting my pants all day, and I still get up to make the Christmas magic happen and wrap all the gifts and make sure that there's an equal number of stocking stuffers in each child's stocking, and then going and then also just feeling embarrassed when we're at his parents' place and he's the only kid who hasn't got his parents something.
Oh.
Last year I did it all. I had great gifts for his family, for his mum and his dad. This year they got fuck all from us because it was James's job.
It didn't, like, at the last minute occur to him to get anything?
No, I just don't think he gives a shit. I just don't think he gives a shit. And it's really disappointing. I've done the whole love language quiz, right? My love language isn't gift giving or receiving gifts, whatever it is. It's words of affirmation, which I also don't fucking get. But it's not about getting a gift. It's about feeling appreciated and that he took the time to actually have a think about what would she like? It could be nothing. It could be a handwritten card, but it's just taking the time to do something as a gesture to make it, make me feel appreciated.
It's just the thought of the actual gesture itself. Yeah.
And I got him stuff. He asked me 2 days before Christmas what I want, and I said diamonds. I said, what do you want? He said socks. So there's some socks hidden at home. Yeah. So I don't know what the go is with that. I know deep down what it's about. I'm just angry. I'm not feeling well, and it makes me angry.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like it's just been a tough gig for you this whole Christmas. Literally, the lead up to it, the actual getting it over the line and making it happen for the kids, and then to be seeing it in front of a family, have not bought a thing for them, and then you're sitting there with a roll-on perfume. And it's not about the roll-on perfume. It's the fact that signifies that one person had a thought for you. One person,
Yeah, and when we got to my parents' place, they bought me a beautiful piece of painting because I'm building my art collection.
Yeah, and I get it. Like I'm really good with different partners. They've had different love languages. Like I've dated a guy whose his love language was gifts, and that's how he would show me gifts. He needed to do that because it was such a bad relationship. But then I've been with people a bit like Patty, where I kind of have to push it too. Like I have to say, this is some things I want. This is some things I need, but I have to remind. And now I've just taken it out from underneath him and gone, I'm just going to buy my own stuff.
But like I said, it's not about the stuff. It's about the thought. It's about feeling like I exist outside of the labor that I do to make Christmas happen.
I mean, look, Patty might kill me for mentioning this, and we may have to cut it out of the podcast, but I got home one day, and this was this Christmas. So normally we buy our own. Like, here's your amount, you do you. Been quite happy with that for many years. And this year I got home and on the bed was a receipt to Priceline, and I thought, it's interesting. And so I looked at the receipt, and he bought me 2 bottles of perfume. And I looked at them, and perfume is such a
personal thing.
I've got my signature scents, like Santal 33, Le Labo.
The one you stole from me.
No, I don't have it. Oh my God, Sorry Eyes, the one that you ate. Yes, that's what I meant. If I smell it and like it, I buy my own perfume. Anyway, so I'm like, Priceline. So I look down and I'm like, perfume? For a split second, I thought, does he have a girlfriend? And I said, did you buy me perfume? Just straight out of the gate. And he was like, you're being nosy. You're not going to.
Well, you left a receipt on the bed like I was supposed to find it. Are you kidding me? No, thank you.
And I was like, how do you even know that I liked it? And he goes, I Googled the most popular perfume at Priceline.
Why Priceline?
Because he was at this shopping centre that's where he could buy me a present.
Sweet, but still, men I hate right now.
So I got 2 bottles of perfume, and then I just rage shopped online. I thought, well, I'm going to one up here. I'm going to buy my own presents plus more. Anyway.
Yeah, maybe I'll go and buy a handbag.
Yeah, buy yourself. Who cares?
Again, it's not about the gift. It's about feeling appreciated and feeling completely burnt out by the end of the year and then having fucking nothing from him at all to show anything about the end of the year. I said last year, 2025 is my year. I'm going to be happy. And I swear to God, it's been my most unhappy year of just stress and job stress and just feeling unappreciated constantly.
Yeah. But maybe you have to see all of this stuff to get to your happiness. Maybe it's about going, this stuff's shit. I'm going to write this wrong.
I've had this conversation before about the gift things and everything like that. And I might get a present and then it's back to normal. Oh, we don't do presents. So no, you fucking decided that for yourself. That was nothing I ever agreed to. And you know what my family's like with presents and doing thoughtful things and stuff like that. It's not about what you give someone. It's about the thought that goes into it that shows you that you actually really thought about them and that you know them.
And they're not a generic gift that your family give. They're very tailored. They're very personal. And they're not personal like monogrammed water bottle. There's something that's really thought out because of the love behind it. So I can see how you would feel what you got from your family versus what
it was
you did.
Beautiful.
Like they're really one extreme.
It's not about the cost of anything. A nice card goes a long way. Some nice words of affirmation about feeling appreciated.
I know.
Anyway.
It's tough. I'm sorry you feel like that.
I think it's also the sickness.
Yeah, maybe you and I should just buy for each other next year.
Yeah. Well, you've sent him ideas and he just fucking ignores you.
He ignores me normally. I'm like, hey. It's a tough one.
That's my hyperfix. Nothing really that interesting, more just raging against feeling like a unappreciated slab of meat at the abattoir you went to.
Yeah. Wow. So my hyperfix this week is Christmas related as well. My hyperfix is being in one house with my family at this moment. So it's my family of 4, plus my brother and his partner, plus my other brother and his partner, plus my parents, plus my brother-in-law's family on a big homestead in New Zealand. And you get
Yeah.
all these in one room and there's lots of love and laughter, but there's 13,000 simultaneous conversations going on. I wig out and I'm overstimulated. And my mum's like, can you wrap a present? Can you wrap a present for me? Who's got the scissors? Who's got the sticky tape? And then Hamish is like, ripped all the bonbons apart and he's got all the bits out of them and he's ripped all the Christmas hats. And I just want to understand, what about Christmas, or when will Christmas become fun for me again? Because I feel like when we were little, it felt different. And I don't know if it's because
She had no responsibility.
yeah, possibly.
You're not in charge of anyone's happiness when you were little.
But this year I'm in charge of everyone's happiness. And then I've got to logistically find out how Santa can come here when we're not at home. And we've also got to get back on a Jetstar flight with, God forbid, we're over by 100 grams.
Jetstar's the worst. I'm too old for Jetstar. I cannot.
And so I've just been sitting back in these moments. My eyes are buggered, like I'm a raccoon. I'm just overstimulated. I'm trying to keep peace. I'm trying to keep my kids calm, someone else's house. And then there's sheep, there's abattoirs, there's wineries. Then I decided I needed some grounding. So I'd take the kids to the museum, trying to be this, I don't know. And I'm just sat down today and I was like, oh, I'm exhausted. And I don't want to go into next year and I don't want to be exhausted again. I don't want to be frazzled. I just want to be calm and in the moment. As much as I do love it and I've had the best time, it's a balancing act of trying to keep everyone happy at my own detriment.
So that's what motherhood is, honestly. That's all motherhood is all you're doing is trying to make everyone else happy, try to stop everyone's tone from being one thing or another. And because you know that tone's going to offend that person, but then you're just fucking miserable. That's all motherhood is slapping a smile on your face, being exhausted and hoping that you make some nice memories as you go along.
I know. And then there's the different dynamics and then trying to find room in the freaking fridge for the pavlova. And you're standing there with the dumb pavlova and you're like, I just want to launch this thing across the room. Like, anyway, I'm tired. You know,
I'm tired.
I have had the best time and there's been some beautiful moments, but I've just realized that this season of my life, and the kids getting older, it's harder. I think when the kids are little, they're not really that fussed and you can still kind of enjoy it for what it is. But the older they get, the more you've got to turn it on. And then they've got to go and say thank you for their presents and make sure they read the card and acknowledging the gifts. How come Santa's present was wrapped in the same present you wrapped mine in? Like, I'm like, ah.
I have to do different wrapping. I do different wrapping. You got to think about that shit.
I know, I don't. And then I get to
and I do a wrapping theme every year. Every year there's a theme.
Oh, no.
So it's all beautifully wrapped. I had some beautifully wrapped gifts. No, who fucking cares? No one cares. It's all just in the bin.
Yeah.
Makes me feel good for 1 second.
That's it. And then I think I just want to be the person, the one person that gets the garbage bag. Always
That's
me.
James.
Oh, no.
James does it. But then things go in the garbage bag that shouldn't go in the garbage bag. Batteries. Where are the batteries for this toy? Fucking gone. Where are the bobby pins for that wig? Gone. Too efficient with the garbage bag.
He's trying to mask his lack of purchases by being busy.
He's not, because he does not care. I can say the same thing until the cows come home. He's going to be the same. Doesn't care.
Connected with a cow, a little baby calf on the property.
I love cows. My mum used to have a pet baby cow. Got eaten by the neighbour.
Dog or person?
Person. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Took it off to be slaughtered.
So this has been Christmas with family, the wrapping, the pavlova. It's just been a lot and I'm just a little done. And then now we go into the new year where I've got to try and rediscover myself and have all these amazing goals. And I just can't. I'm too tired to think about them.
Yeah. I mean, the new year's almost exciting for a hot minute, for a hot week or two where you're trying to be a new person. But at the end of the day, it's just more work on your mental load. Trying to remember, trying to tick off what, I'm going to meditate every day. I'm going to exercise every day. I'm going to blah, 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 blah. Can't even bother listening to myself, honestly. But James's sister has already said to him, next year, we're going to Fiji for Christmas. We're going to Fiji. You guys should come. I want to go somewhere without my family. You should go. James, you go to Fiji with the kids. I will go somewhere else with Philippa.
Yeah. Let's go to the silent retreat.
I think we should go to an all-inclusive overwater bungalow. What I wanted to talk about also was, what are your goals next year for the podcast? Sitting in this position next year, thinking only about us starting a podcast less than a month ago, where do you want us to be? What is your aspiration for 1 year time? What is our podcast goal? Aspirational.
I was thinking about this today, and I think what I want is to keep going. I feel like I see us at a level where we've got really, really a great platform, and that we're starting to diversify in ways, have sort of segments or other mini podcasts or daily little ways for our listeners, products that we provide, merchandise. I think the traction and the talk in the town that we live in is great. I think it's really amazing because so many people are starting to mention to us things like, oh my God, I listened, or I'm so excited for you, or that's such a cool thing that you're doing. So I think with that being said, just going with that trajectory, and I see us kind of pushing further and further and maybe getting a sponsor.
One sponsor.
You know what? Even if it is one, but if it's 10, it's 10. But I'm putting it out there that by this time next year, we will be vibrating at a very, 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 very big, higher level in terms of this platform that we are trying to create, and that our Grab Her by the Mic community is, riding the wave with us and listening and crying and tapping in and tapping out when they need to, and talking to us when they need to, because without the input that we hope that people will give us, keep growing with all of that. So that's kind of my goal for us, and maybe to have studio space.
What's wrong with our studio space we have now?
Well,
Other than the shitty internet?
no, a rock star one that we've kind of gotten to the point where we just walk in, we press record, and we go from there. So
you don't want to spend 45 minutes setting up lights?
I mean, we can. It's character building. It creates content and it keeps the spark alive between you and I. I see us sitting on really beautiful chairs, and I think it's important to visualize it because then you start to manifest. What about you? What do you think?
I think in a year, I just want us to have community outside of the community that we already naturally have, which is where we live and people we know listening to the podcast, but building a community of like-minded women who don't know us on a personal level and even maybe want to come together at some point and doing some little in-person events and doing a little bit of merch and having inside jokes with people who aren't our day-to-day, everyday friends that we hang out with. So I think that's where I see it within a year. Being consistent with the recording, I think, is important. So I think it's great that we're here on Boxing Day and being really angry and probably not wanting to be here. I mean, I do want to be here because I want to see you, but mentally being in a space where you want to burn down golf clubs and things like that.
Because as much as we want to talk to each other, this is us putting our best foot forward for people who will potentially be listeners and listen to this podcast. So I get what you're saying. Like, there's a level of effort that we've really put in, you especially. It takes a lot when you're a mum and your mental load is hard, and then you got to turn up. It's 10 to 11 at night here. You've been sick, and I'm grateful that you're my teammate in all of this too, because that's the baseline of this podcast is you and I.
Yeah, I mean, that's what keeps me focused on it. If it was just me doing something, I'd be off with the fairies doing something else.
Yeah, with a cricket machine.
Cricket.
Oh. Crikey, a crikey machine.
I honestly didn't have much else for today other than the rage that I feel internally.
I want that for our podcast, but personally, I want to find some calmness next year, but calm in myself and some stillness and just slowing down in my mothering and my life a little bit and just sort of being a bit more in the moment. I want to be this mum that's out there picking flowers and being a trad wife and making sourdough, but I'm finding myself on a 40-minute doom scroll instead.
On how to make sourdough.
Yeah. Quickly.
How to make sourdough.
Quickly. Really quickly. Go to Harris Farm, buy the loaf, come home. Done. I think that's my goal, and I'm a big believer in how you spend New Year's and New Year's Day sort of sets you up for the rest of the year. So I'm keeping that in mind when I'm making my plans for this New Year's, which is fast approaching.
What are you doing this New Year's?
I have no plans.
Let's do something. Just do something quiet.
With our kids, nothing's quiet.
We'll drink in a cupboard away from the kids. Like go in a cupboard.
Just drink in the dungeon.
We could drink in the studio.
We could record.
Drink in the studio and just record it. We're recording for the next 4 hours. till we hit midnight. We just want to progress. We're doing a time lapse.
It must be off-site.
Maybe we could spend a lot of time doing a bit of manifestation as to what we want to achieve in personal and podcast life next year.
Yeah.
And mapping out some mood boards, because there's a lot of the personal life stuff that I think if I work with someone on it versus just setting all 10 million goals for myself, maybe it'll be a little bit more realistic.
Yeah.
Although my one goal was be happy last year and I fucking failed that.
I don't think you failed it. I think you're getting there. You can't just decide to be happy. It doesn't work like that. This year's kind of maybe setting you up for that happiness rather than you can't flick a switch and go, I'm going to be happy this year. You can't flick a switch and go, I'm going to be the most present mother and it all happen all at once. It's never going to happen. But what it can do is make little tiny adjustments and maybe even put them in the podcast, and we've got to report
accountable.
back. Yeah.
The happiness project.
Yeah. But I can tell from our podcast tonight, and you might find this when you're editing it, that we're tapping out. We're over it. We're tired. We're feeling it. It's time to hit that reset and recharge button, and hopefully we can keep going. New year, new us.
So maybe what we need to do is do a little project plan to intro
2026,
to intro at our next episode and focus on that, and then work out how we're going to keep each other accountable throughout our records, little mini check-ins.
Yeah.
And that can be a running theme. And then maybe we can, I don't know, achieve something next year. But I do think that New Year's Eve, we should just flick on the camera and time lapse us planning this out with champagne.
Wearing sparkles. And no bra. I don't want to wear a bra.
Yeah, I want my nipples to knock my knees.
Do your tits hang low? Do they wobble to and fro?
Perfect. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
So our next record, I think, will be on the New Year's Eve as a semi-bonus episode. And then coming into our Friday records on the 2nd of January with a full project plan of what we're going to do in 2026. Also for building the podcast, because I think some people would be interested in knowing what we're doing to try to build the podcast audience.
Yeah.
How we're going to do whatever our personal goals are, set intentions for the year, figure out a way to keep it accountable week on week.
I love it. I'm excited for it actually, because I feel just having that commitment to talk about it and have a game plan makes me feel like I have something to work towards. So it feels good.
Perfect.
These ladies cannot stay on topic for 5 seconds. This is the side quest.
Okay, I've created a side quest game.
Oh no.
Of course I have. I love a game. It is called Elf Triage.
Fucking elf. I'm so done with Sugar Sparkles. What's her name again?
Your elf, Pinky Sparkles.
Sugar Sparkles. No.
No, it's Pinky Sparkles. Think of a stripper's vagina.
Wow.
We are going to... Okay, so we're going to play a game of Elf Triage. We are going to examine the most unhinged elf on the shelf setups the internet has produced and try to work out, is this creativity, a cry for help, or just December? Okay, so I'm going to pull out my phone. We're going to scroll through the interwebs, Pinterest, Google, Instagram, TikTok, and we're going to triage these elves like emergency first responders to festive chaos.
I love it.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up my phone. I'm going to pull up a few photos for us to examine. If you are watching us on YouTube, I will also post these on Instagram once this episode goes live, so you can have a little reference of what we are looking at. And so what we're going to do is we're going to pull up a photo and we're going to ask 3 questions.
Okay.
We're going to answer 3 questions.
Okay.
Question 1 is, what are we looking at? Describe the scene as if we're forensic investigators.
Okay.
What are we looking at? The question number 2 is, what does this say about the parents' emotional state at the time? And question 3, or the third part of it, is going to be recommending a treatment plan for the elf. For example, that elf needs 10 days holiday, or that elf just needs to fucking die and start again next year.
Okay.
Little examples. Okay, so let's do that.
Let's do it.
Okay, the first one I have to show you is, what are we looking at?
We're looking at 2 images side by side. Image A is a elf snorting a white substance using a $100 bill. Picture on the side of elf B, who has 2 X's for eyes.
I think it's the same elf. I think this elf is overdosed.
Oh, I did. On
God,
a
see how
white
quickly I could
substance.
just see how efficient I am?
Go to rehab.
No, what are the parents' mental state at this time?
Go to rehab. No, you know where they need to go? To one of those retreats that we were talking about.
Ooh, prison of the mind.
Yes, they need some time out to really think about their
Oh my God.
decision. And I think
Treatment plan? Go to rehab.
go to rehab. Yeah, start again.
Okay. Next elf on the shelf image. What are we looking at here?
Shit. Okay, we're looking at an elf who's got a carrot and grated it. Oh, this is a great one. I love
You're
this
gonna do
one.
it.
I'm going to do this tonight. When I need to read the words, I can't see because I'm blind. Snowman Nose Rejection Center. Great.
Oh, that's good.
Fabulous. So these parents have grated half a carrot. They've got the elf doing the grating. They've put a little sign there that says Snowman Nose Rejection Center, and they've drawn a face of a freaking petrified little carrot.
What does the carrot's face say?
Fuck.
The carrot's face says,
I'm
half
out.
my body has been grated.
Yeah.
Like there's some serial
Help
killer
me.
here. He's in a Saw movie right now.
Yeah. Oh, God, those movies were hectic. But yeah, not well. Carrots, not well.
Okay, parents' mental state.
Not well, also.
Actually, I wouldn't mind being friends with those parents.
Yeah, they kind of feel fun.
I feel like they're our people.
I think they had a couple of drinks and thought, that's it, let's grate the carrot.
What
I'm
about a
gonna do this-
recommended treatment plan for this elf? I think this elf probably needs life in prison.
He's gone hard.
He's murdered a carrot that clearly, from the face, is
I
sentient.
don't know, but look at the side eye that the elf's giving.
The elf is, but all the elves have that side eye. So no matter what,
I don't think mine's a real elf.
no, but no matter yours
Mine's from the Tamu.
what color is
Pink.
Exactly. But no matter what the elves are doing, they've got the side eye, so they always look like they're like moo.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a good one.
Mm.
But there's some great ideas.
Mhm.
This kind of feels like my kind of elf too.
Okay, well, what are we looking? Describe what we're looking at. We are looking at, it's either a yoga class or a sexual cult. I'm unsure. I'm going to go with the latter just because of,
It's more on brand.
I just think it's more on brand for us. So we're looking at an elf that is surrounded by two Barbies and another elf. One Barbie's doing downward dog. One Barbie's doing downward dog with a leg up.
Cat cow.
Huh?
Cat cow? No.
Cat cow's like, the other one's doing child's pose.
What was cat cow?
Yeah, so that's what we're looking at. So the mental state or the emotional state of the parents is they're totally fine. They're cool. They've even got the little they've put way too much effort into this. Each elf/Barbie has its own yoga mat. They've each got a water bottle and what looks like those wraps that you put around your hands when you're doing boxing. And there's the elf in the middle is like a cult leader. These parents are totally fine. This is day 2 of December, I reckon. This is December 2nd. These parents aren't burnt out yet.
Yeah.
Treatment plan for the elf, honestly, none.
They're in a treatment center.
They're probably
They're on a
already in
retreat.
rehab. This is the elf that did the ODing on the cocaine. Okay, here's another one. What are we looking at here?
My life. We're looking at 2 elves. One is currently mouth taped in a blender with a sign that says "Help me." And there's another elf at the power switch about to turn it on.
So it's another murder scene. So
Another
how
murder
many
scene. Well, no,
murder
we're
scenes and
very
death
dark,
scenes?
aren't we, with these?
We're not dark. We're not the ones doing it.
No, I
elves.
know, but I feel like I relate to the dark ones.
Yeah, I mean, I want. But the thing is, we find it funny. Our kids are like, I'm going to go murder someone. No wonder we have so many child murderers.
I do agree with you. There's some good ones here. I think that those people also need some help.
Okay, so what is the emotional state of the parents for the blender elf?
I think they're over it. I think they're just
like, this is quick and easy.
this
Let's
shit
make it
is on the
dark.
bench already.
We need a little bit of joy in our day, considering
Yeah.
it's December 23rd.
Help me. Help
And
me help
treatment
you.
plan for the elf? I mean, the elf in the blender's fucked, so not much we can do with that one. The other one probably needs to go to some sort of mental health facility.
It's time to turn the blender on. Turn it on, baby.
One more.
Okay, what do we feel about these? Looks really real, this one.
What am I
feeling?
Okay, so what are we looking at? I've got 2 elves. They look like Timu elves, I'm going to be completely honest. And what the fuck is going on with that Christmas tree in the background? It's so fucking sad. Look at that tree.
Mm.
We're looking at 2 elves with plastic what are they, paragliding? What is it? What do you think it's supposed to be?
Parachuting?
They're parachuting. I don't know. Yeah, so what am I looking at? We're looking at two elves escaping from a crime scene. They've just robbed a bank and they've jumped off a cliff with their little parachutes. That's what I think we're looking at.
State of the parents?
State of the parents, not drunk, unfortunately. Yeah, I just don't even know if these are parents, considering the tree in the background. So I think maybe this is honestly, based on the blinds and the tree, I think this is a drug dealer's house. Yeah. So treatment plan for the elves. Try not to die.
Cut the cord.
Cut the cord. Okay, well, that was elf triage.
Cute.
Cute,
Loved it.
cute. For anyone listening that wants to participate in elf triage, just DM us your most chaotic setups that you've seen online or that you've done yourself, and if we get any, we'll triage the next episode. And if your elf gets a mention on the podcast, we suggest that you contact a qualified professional.
Not us in that case.
No, not us. Are you ready to wrap up?
I'm ready to wrap.
We'll get into the weekly manifest, set the intention for the week based on how we felt in this record.
Weekly manifest. Great. They're doing motivational speeches yet again.
This week, we're manifesting basic survival. We're tired of gifts, farms, abattoirs, husbands making executive calls, and being the default Christmas magician while running on electrolytes and rage. Exhaustion isn't a moral failing, it's a season. If all we do is rest, reheat leftovers, and refuse to organize one more thing, that counts as growth. Hydrate if you remember to, lower the bar, manifest nothing except getting through the week with your sanity and stomach intact.
Love it. Makes me feel good.
So thank you everyone for listening. This was Grab Her by the Mic, and we'll
see you next Tuesday for our last episode of 2025. Yeah, we're excited to have our last episode drop for 2025. And thanks everyone who has come along for the crazy ride so far.
Thanks to our 15 Spotify followers as well.
5 of them are my family.
That's nice. One of them is my family.
My dad was trying to write a Google review for us, and I was like, we're not on Google.
But we will be soon because we're on Pinterest now.
Are we?
Yes.
Girl.
We are.